Today's starting pitcher, Garrett Cole. What should we keep an eye on here?
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel.
And
that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
Ready to go now. Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. Swung on, belted. That's back there. Into the second deck and gone. Kiss that ball goodbye. The first batter of the game leaves the yard. Just like that, they move in front. It's 1-0. One pitch, one swing, one home run.
Yeah, you could say that's efficiency right there. Didn't need much time in the box to make an impact. Well, so much for settling into this game, Boog. No courtesy first pitch take right there. He was ready from the second he stepped into the box, got a pitch to hit, jumped all over it. I tell you what, that'll fire up the guys in your dugout.
Trey Turner now. And that one a little bit high. Line to left, and it stays fair, and it gets by him. Around first, heading for two, and he's into second with nobody out.
Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
So Harper stands in. In there, and it's 0-1. There's the strike.
He's trying to stay away from this lefty, knowing that a lot of left-handers like the ball down and in.
Turner at second with nobody out. Got him looking, and that's the first out.
Well, he throws him with a great fastball right on the corner. It's kind of like bowling when you think the ball's going to get into the gutter, and somehow it just hangs onto that edge and knocks down a pin. Well, he got the outside corner of the plate and got that called third strike.
Throw to second, safe. Nick Castellanos at the plate now. Fastball in the corner at the knees, and it's a strike. And that one lifted in the air center field. Bellinger under this one. Hauls it in for the out. 2 down.
Batting fifth, the third baseman, Alec.
And time now for the Phillies lineup. Now with their ace on the mound today, they're just looking to provide him a little bit of run support, and they'll see what they can do for him.
Boog, you have to be really careful when you've got a guy like this on the mound for you to not become a spectator. You know that he doesn't give up a whole lot, but sometimes guys get a little too comfortable and don't have an urgency to score runs. You have to make sure you put him in a situation where he can get the W, but also you guys can cruise to the finish line and not have to worry about a comeback in the end.
Alec Bohm in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Not sure if he was expecting for the pitcher to come right at him, but he got a nice cookie there and just watched it the entire way.
Man on second, 2 down. That one missed.
1-1.
Swing and a miss. They limit the damage here. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Phillies 1 and the Yankees coming to bat. for more from the Bronx. And on the hill, the big righty, Zach Wheeler. What do we have on him?
Great sinker. Although it's not his primary pitch, it's really a pitch that he can go to, misses the barrel of the bat, gets ground balls, and lets the defense work behind him.
We go to the bottom of the first.
Leading off,
here's the shortstop at the plate, Anthony Volpe. The line to kick the pitch. And a foul ball. That missed by a lot. Ball one. And there's a foul ball. Fights that one away, still 1-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Way high there. 2-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there's one down.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much to it. And I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you can sometimes start to question yourself as a hitter and say, how did I miss that? But, you know, it happens.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. And first offering is fouled off. Popped in the air, left field. Kepler has this one sized up. He's there. He's got it. And there's two down. And time now to check out the New York Yankees lineup. Finding themselves down a run early, they'd like to punch back here with a run of their own.
Absolutely, Boog, but I don't expect them to change their approach because of that run. They still want to put together strong at-bats. Be patient out there and get a feel for this starting pitcher.
2 outs, base is empty. Aaron Judge at the plate. He has, as they like to say,
let me guess, Boog, light tower power?
That's right. That's off the inside corner. 1-0. Two outs, base is empty. Next pitch is outside.
2 balls, no strikes.
And a strike. Next offering is in for a strike.
I mean, that's perfect location, right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
That one outside, and it's 3-2.
Well, he's not afraid to fall into a 2-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or strike, if he swings or not.
Swing and a miss. Wheeler gets the strikeout. Down in order go the Yankees. They trail here 1-0. Back in the Bronx, second inning set to go. And digging in for Philadelphia, Max Kepler. Cole back to work. That one finds the zone. 0-1. Just missed. Our plate umpire, Earl Hendricks.
Yeah, with Hendricks, Boo, kind of interesting. He's a good, consistent umpire, but you do hear that he kind of favors one side of the plate more than the other. So it's really hard to know for sure, but I think that usually it has to do something with where he sets up prior to each pitch.
late on that fastball.
Well, just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Gets to it on to first. Gets him. One away on a drop third strike.
Well, classic pitch sequencing there to change eye levels for the punch out. That fastball on the pitch before was up. It was very competitive, and that gets you thinking that he might try to climb the ladder. But then the curveball out of that same tunnel just falls off the table, and you can't make contact.
It'll bring up JT Realmuto. That misses.
No, that missed.
And
That's
the count now 2-0. Fastball is outside.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
Pitch is in for a strike. 3-1.
Right through there for a strike. Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
One down, base is empty. Fights it off. He'll see another. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts.
Batting 8, the second baseman.
2 down, base is
Bryson
empty. This is Bryson Stott. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. That one pushed foul. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. Now to the bottom of the second. It's the Phillies 1 and the Yankees nothing. Bottom of the second,
leading
and
off
up to the
for
plate
Yankees,
comes Cody
the center
Bellinger.
fielder, Cody Bellinger.
Outside
That's
low,
the ball.
and that's ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes. No, that's out.
Strike 1. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Has room, and he makes the catch.
Got the pitch that he wanted, just a little bit
Batting
quick.
fifth,
Front shoulder
the
open,
designated hitter,
backside collapsed a little
Giancarlo
bit, and the launch angle
Stanton.
not where he needed it to be.
And here is Giancarlo Stanton. And that one pulled foul. One out, base is empty. Swing and a ground ball. The throw to first. Already 2 out here in the home half of inning number 2.
Batting 6.
Good arm side
the
run
catcher,
and sink on that
Austin.
pitch right there. Got inside on him and got him to
Well.
bounce into that out.
And now the catcher comes up to him, Austin Wells.
This lineup's going to have to find a way to make him work a little harder out there on the mound. I mean, he is just mowing them down. He's settling in. You got to make
That's
him
a ball.
uncomfortable. Maybe step out of the box, call timeout, do whatever it takes.
In the air out towards right center. And that'll do it. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. And we're back on to the 3rd inning. And now the center fielder, Brandon Marsh. Marsh measures 6 feet 4 inches, hitting 9th in today's lineup. And he was a 2nd-round pick back in 2016. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
The 1-1. And there's a ball.
That's a ball. 2-1.
And a swing and a miss.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
In the air to left center. Bellinger hauls it in, and there's 1 away.
Now batting the designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber.
Here comes Schwarber to the plate. He's already homered here in this one. Inside corner, and that's called a strike. And ball 1.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
And that's off the inside edge. 2-1. And downstairs.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
And that's ball 4.
Ball 4. Take your base.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
So a man at first. Here's Trey Turner. Doubled his first time up. Swings through that one.
There was a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
0-2.
And 1-2.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
Schwarber over at first with 1 away. Not close with that one, and the count is 2-2. Swings and misses, and that's 6 Ks for him in this one.
Well, that right there is just a pitcher's pitch, tailing away from the hitter, blowing away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. I tell you what, that's a tremendous 2-strike pitch.
Ball 1 to Bryce.
That's in. Ball.
That's in for a strike. Nasty pitch.
1-1. No, that's down. Ball.
That's a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
In the dirt. In the air, center field. Bellinger settles under this one. He makes the grab, and that is that. Phillies strand one, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Back in the Bronx, set for the bottom of the third, and stepping in for the Yankees, Paul Goldschmidt. Right through there for a strike.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
One and two.
Breaking ball
2-2.
inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That K is his 3rd of the game.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
So up next, Jason Dominguez. First pitch misses.
That's the ball. 1-0.
One down, base is empty. And that is out of play. Swing and a ball popped up. Wheeler. He's got it. 2 away.
Batting ninth, the third baseman, Oswaldo Cabrera.
And next for New York, Oswaldo Cabrera. First offering, and it just misses.
1 ball, no strikes.
Just missed. And it is 2-1.
2-1.
Two down, nobody on. Hit on the ground to the right side. Harper steps on the bag, and the Yanks go quietly. Yanks held in check. They still trail 1-0. Out of the fourth, here's Nicholas Castellanos.
Number 8, Nick Castellanos.
And he takes a strike.
Well, these Phillies doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
And here comes Alec Bohm. Struck out swinging his first time. Just off the outside edge, and that's ball 1.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Hey!
Castellanos aboard here at first with nobody out. Fought off foul. Next offering is down low.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Slice the other way. That's a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Two consecutive base hits for these guys here. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Max Kepler at the plate. 0 for 1 so far. Yeah, that's fouled off. First and second, no outs. Top half of inning number 4. High fly ball out of the left center field. Dominguez squeezes it, and there's one away.
Now batting, catcher JT Realmuto.
And up to the plate is JT Realmuto. His first at bat was a strikeout.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
And fouled off. The 0-1. Fair ball. Castellanos on his way to the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Big RBI for him right there. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
First and second, 1 out. At the plate, Bryson Stott. He's 0 for 1. That one's in there. Strike 1. Two on, 1 out. And that misses. And it's 1-1.
Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at bat.
And that one is lifted in the air. Bellinger sizing it up. And he makes the catch. Runner tags at second. And he moves up to third. Now 2 away.
The center fielder, number 16, Brandon Marsh.
Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. And that's a foul ball. Two on, 2 outs.
Well, I know they've gotten out to an early lead, but you don't want to take these opportunities for granted. With 2 outs, still lock in with a quality at bat. Drive in that run. You may not have another runner in scoring position the rest of this ball game.
That's outside and the count is 1-2.
Well, he missed badly with that 0-2 fastball. Hitter has to understand, probably wants to try to put him away with that pitch, so got to stay ready for it.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. 2 on, 2 outs. And a ground ball to first, and that's just foul. Two outs. To the right side, Chisholm sends it to first, That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. But they pick up one run on the RBI single. It's now a 2-0 ball game. Major League Baseball is on the show. Bottom four, and now the shortstop, Anthony Volpe.
The shortstop.
You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. Just missed. And you played behind guys, and they love having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them. Next pitch is downstairs.
Boog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting-wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does.
No, ball.
You know, these Yankees, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs, can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Upstairs, and that is ball 4. And that's how they get their first base runner of the game. Now it's the second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr. And that one fouled off.
Ball.
Outside low, and it's 2-1.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
And a swing and a miss. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way.
Now
So credit the pitcher for having him out in
Aaron.
front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
It's Aaron Judge now. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Wheeler with a throw over. Volpe back on a dive. And that's way high, and it's 1-0. And Judge spoils that one. There's a swing and a drive. That's down. One hops off the wall. Volpe flying around third and headed home. Safe. And they trail by 1.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Here's Cody Bellinger. First time up was a pop out. And that one fouled off. Runner at second here, one gone. Next offering in there for a strike. And it's 0-2.
Oh, this guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at-bat. If he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets to an 0-2 count.
High fly ball, right field. This could go the distance. Home run. And now they're out front. It's 3-2. And Siggy, he may not own him, but he's taken out a lease with an option to buy.
Yes, Boog, and he's got great credit, so every time he comes to the dish, you know he's going to get the deal done. A breaking ball on the inside part of the play requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
One down. Here's a big power threat. Giancarlo Stanton. And that's outside. Singing 4 homers in 22 games at Old Yankee Stadium. What do you remember?
Well, I remember my rookie year hitting 2 in one game, and before that game in the clubhouse, there was a gentleman there who owned a suit company there in downtown Manhattan, and he said to me, "Hey kid, you hit a home run in the game tonight, come over to the store tomorrow and I'll give you a free suit." So I went into the game. I happened to hit 2. When I walked into the store the next day, and he looked at me, he said, "You're trying to put me out of business, aren't you?" And that was a great experience that I had as a rookie playing against the Yankees, playing in New York.
The 2-1. On the ground, right side. Handles, throws to first, and they take care of Stanton for the out.
The catcher, number 28,
Austin Wells stepping in now for the Yankees. Fly to center his first time. So did Super Joe give you 2 suits?
Super Joe hooked me up with 2 suits.
2 down, nobody on. That one drilled left field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that's the inning. Another look at the long ball for the Yankees. It's now a 3-2 ball game. You're dialed into the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top 5, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading it off, Kyle Schwarber. Cole back to work. That misses. Ball 1. And another ball.
That's a ball. Wood.
That one misses. Now 3-1. That one ripped. That's back there. Out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and we're all square. It's 3-3.
That's some Schwarber power for you right there.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. And the batter now, Trey Turner. Swing and a miss.
0-1.
And strike 2.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
That misses
ball,
the
2
zone.
strikes.
And the count 1-2.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in, and we're at the top of the 5th. Swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes. Make it 7 strikeouts for him.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
0-1 down. Just missed. Ground ball up the middle. Volpe throws it to first in time. Harper retired.
Up next for Philadelphia, the right fielder, Nick Castellanos.
So digging in, Nick Castellanos. 1 for 2. And first offering is fouled off. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. Outside low, and that is ball 1.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
And that one hammered. That's back there. And that one is off the wall. And into second easily with a 2-out double.
He was all over that one. Anytime you
Alex.
smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result. A chance now to take the lead, and at this point in the game, that could be a deciding run.
And now it's Alec Bohm. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. Swing and a miss and a slider.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just going to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
And that's downstairs and outside. Movement in the Yankees pen. Tim Hill getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. Leiter warming up as well. Castellanos at second with 2 down. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. Strike 3, got him swinging. Inning over, and it could have been worse.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Back now in the
Leading
Bronx.
up
We
for
head
the
to the
Yankees,
bottom of the 5th.
the first
And now the
baseman,
first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
Goldschmidt.
Fouled off left side. That one fouled off. That one just misses.
He missed the zone, but I don't think he missed his spot. That was a good pitch with 2 strikes.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
The left fielder, number
Now
24,
here is Jason Dominguez. He popped out his first time. Just missed.
That's the ball.
Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Base is empty, one away. Last half of inning number 5. And now 2-1. Swings through that one for strike 2.
2-2's the count.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Now batting, third
Here's the third baseman, Oswaldo Cabrera. He's 0 for 1. Foul ball. On the ground, and it goes just foul. Inside. Now 1-2.
1-2.
That's to third. Fair ball.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Just found a way to slap that ball down the third baseline. That's really excellent bat control, and it kind of goes back to all those drills you see hitters do off the tee where it's placed in different spots. That was just nice.
Now, Anthony Volpe. That one catches the zone. That's strike 1. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Just missing there. 1-2 to count.
Well, I think he's trying to get a feel for where that one missed. I mean, it could have gone either way, but he looked a little shocked for a second there.
And that one missing low.
Sometimes you got to fight to get back into an at-bat. Take some tough pitches, even out the count.
That's down and in.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
You got this.
3-2 now. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Runner, take your base.
So close to getting out of it right there, but this
number
inning still has
13,
life.
Second
So up
baseman,
next, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Jr.
Swing at a chopper. Tosses to first, third out, and that ends the frame. No runs, a hit, 2 left. 5 innings complete. All tied up at 3 apiece. We're back, and they make a change to start the sixth. The new pitcher, Tim Hill.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
Now batting Max Kepler. Both 2 in this one.
Kepler.
That misses the zone. Ball 1. Activity in the bullpen for the Yankees. Fernando Cruz, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Weaver getting loose as well. Foul ball there.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
That one in there across the letters.
Definitely not a pitch location you're expecting up there as a hitter when you know the guy's got a good sinker ball. If he can get in that location, boy, you've got to look top to bottom, and that's going to make it very difficult to hit.
And it stays fair.
Man, he just absolutely turned on that one, ripped it down the line. Nice job of staying in his mechanics.
Go ahead run on base. Here's JT Realmuto. Runner on the move. Swing and a fly ball well struck left field. Bellinger sizes this one up. Drops into the glove. One away.
The batter number 5. Second baseman Bryson Stott.
And now for the Phillies, Bryson Stott. And that one hit to first. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. And they get him. The misplay made it a bit messy, but they cleaned things up for the out. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Brandon Marsh now at the plate. Tap foul at the plate. Next offer in there for a strike. And it's 0-2. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Makes the grab, and that's the third out. So one hit is all they get. Heart of the order, 3, 4, 5 coming up. All tied up at 3 apiece. Back at Yankee Stadium, well, we go bottom 6. Now it's the right fielder, Aaron Judge. Judge in his 9th season, a member of the 1,000 hit club. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. Swing and a foul out of play. The 1-1. Way out front for strike 2. Some bullpen action for Philadelphia. Matt Strom preparing to come on if needed. Kirkering also throwing. Stays alive.
Well, he gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Bellinger up to hit. He's already homered in this game.
Cody Bellinger.
Just missed.
That's the ball. Outside. That's the ball.
All tied up here in the bottom of the 6th. And a foul ball makes the count 2-1. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Real Muto puts it away, 2 down.
Well, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right
Now
there. I'm
batting,
telling
the
you,
designated
he is going to
hitter,
be frustrated with himself
Giancarlo
until his next at bat.
Giancarlo Stanton to the plate now. Has grounded out a couple of times. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
1 ball, no strikes.
Swinging a foul straight back. Just
No,
missed.
that missed. 2 balls, 1 strike.
That's ripped. Base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
The catcher, number 28, Austin.
And the Phillies manager making his way towards the mound now as he will make a move. Zach Wheeler won't go any further, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break.
Now pitching for
On the mound
Philadelphia,
now, Tanner Banks.
number 58.
Bringing in the lefty with a left-handed hitter
Tanner
coming up to hit. Classic
Banks.
bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
Two outs, runner at first. Here's the catcher, Austin Wells. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. Stanton, the runner at first with 2 gone.
That's a
Just
ball.
missed. The 1-1. And a big swing and a miss.
Now, there's a certain point where you have to
1-2
commit
count.
to what you think you see, and he guessed wrong right there.
2-2.
Nasty slider with just terrific bite at the end.
Two outs. Caught him looking for the K. So a job well done from the Philly bullpen that time. We're through 6 full. All tied up at 3 apiece.
Leading off for
And
Philadelphia,
Kyle
the
Schwarber will
designated
come
hitter,
up. He's
Kyle
already homered twice, the last
Schwarber.
one back in the 5th.
Just seems like he can't miss right now, seeing the baseball as well as anyone on the field. Now, I know the odds are against him, but who's going to bet against this guy right now?
First pitch just misses.
1-0.
Swinging a foul straight back. The 1-1 is fouled off. ground ball right side. Goldie takes it himself, and the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
The batter, number 7, shortstop, Trey Turner.
Here's Turner now, 1 for 3. That one's in there, 0-1.
0-1.
Next offering misses down and away.
Come on, punch him out.
On the ground to Jazz. Gets it to first, and 2 away to start the 7th. And now here is Harper. 0 for 3 in this one. There's the strike.
Late in the game, everyone gets a little tighter. Way to get ahead on a really good hitter right there.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. On the ground right side, Chisholm throws to first in time. Harper retired, and the Phillies are set down in order. Phillies go down quietly in the inning. Still tied 3-3. Bottom of the 7th,
Leading up
and here's
for
the first
Yankees,
baseman, Paul
the first
Goldschmidt.
baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
Swings and misses. 0-1.
It's 0-1.
Swing and a drive. This one is crushed. No doubt about it. And here in the late stages, they have the lead. And just like that, they're out front. It's 4-3. 2 pitches, 2 swings. That one for a home run.
Looking to be aggressive all the way, and it paid off for him in a big way. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Tanner Banks gives way, and he leaves in a 1-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute.
Now pitching for
Jose
Philadelphia,
Alvarado on to pitch out of the
number
pen here.
46.
Just trying to keep this one close
Jose
here, and this is where
Alvarado.
a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
And up next for New York, Jason Dominguez. A switch hitter batting right. And the first
That's the
pitch
ball.
misses for ball 1.
1-0.
Hard hit left side. Whips it to first. And 1 away in the bottom of the 7th.
Now batting, third baseman, Oswaldo Cabrera.
Oswaldo Cabrera stepping in now for the Yankees. Right through there for a strike.
No need to offer that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Ball.
One out, base is empty, and a run in. Here, the bottom of the 7th. The 1-2. Popped up. Stop. Pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
The batter, number 11, shortstop, Anthony.
2 outs, base is empty.
Volpe.
Anthony Volpe getting ready to hit. Couple of walks and a strikeout. The shortstop takes a ball.
1-0.
Two down, nobody on. That one missed.
Ball.
On the ground, right side. Sneaks through, base hit.
The batter,
So
number
man
13.
aboard. Here's the second baseman, Jazz
Jazz
Chisholm Jr. Now snap throw to
Jr.
first.
Oh, he's
Volpe
safe.
dives back in safely. And first offering is fouled off. Volpe off of first with 2 away. High fly ball pretty well struck out towards right center. That's back. And that one is out of here. He circles the bases. It's their second home run of the inning, and they add to their lead. It's 6-3.
That's a swing that'll boost the win probability for sure. There was a cutter away. Kind of works like a slider. You've got to stay on it, let it travel a little bit, and then get your arms extended. Really good piece of hitting right there.
2 outs, nobody on. And now big number 99, Aaron Judge. Just missed. Two outs. Swing and a miss.
He's going to
One
have
ball,
to
one
make sure
strike.
that he stays patient because he is the focal point in that lineup. They're going to pitch him tough. They're going to pitch around him. And when he doesn't see other guys doing anything, what you can do is become a little too aggressive and chase out of the zone.
Judge rips that one. And it gets by him. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he'll pull into second with 2 gone.
Nice double right there. Loud contact coming off the bat. Didn't get enough air under to drive it out of here, but he'll take that swing and that result every time.
And the Phillies manager making his way towards the mound now as he will make a move. Jose Alvarado done for the afternoon. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for the
Out of the
Phillies,
bullpen for the Phillies, Joe
number
Ross.
41,
And this could be a pretty critical point in this game. They're hoping he's the guy to keep them within striking distance.
So runner at second, 2 down. Cody Bellinger stepping in now for the Yankees. And that is downstairs. And that's ball 1. A little bit low.
No, that's down. Ball.
Next offering is downstairs.
Get ready for some action here. Good RBI guy at the plate. Runners in scoring position. And a hitter's count.
Yankees up by 3. Edge of the zone for a strike. And the count is 3-1. And there's a foul ball. Fly ball down the line. This has got a chance, and it is foul.
Clearly hoping he could get a swing and miss on that, but doesn't fool the hitter with that breaking ball. Nice job, just couldn't keep it fair.
So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
And now it's Giancarlo Stanton.
Stanton.
This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Two on, 2 outs. And a foul ball.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
Good job to fight that one off. 2 aboard, 2 outs. Next offering way off the plate.
Two and 2.
Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Inning ends, and that stops the bleeding. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 6-3. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th.
Now
Fernando
pitching for the
Cruz.
New York Yankees, number 63, Fernando Cruz.
And now it's
Leading
the
off for
cleanup
Philadelphia,
spot for the
the right
Phillies.
fielder, number
Nick
8,
Castellanos.
Drove it off the
Castellanos.
wall last time, just missed out on a home run.
In there at the knees. That's strike 1. Action in the pen down there. Devin Williams getting loose out there for Aaron Boone. Here comes the 0-1. And there's a ball. The 1-1 is fouled off. That's off the mark. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. and strikes. One away.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Alec Bohm stands in for the Phillies. Outside low, 1-0. The Phils trailing by 3, and we're in the top of the 8th. That's in there, and 1-1. That's a little bit low. Next offering in there for a strike. It's 2-2.
2-2.
Swing and a ball lifted left field. Dominguez gets under it. Hauls it in for the out. And there's 2 away.
Up next for Philadelphia, the left fielder, Max.
So digging in
Kepler.
now for Philadelphia, Max Kepler. That clips the zone. That's strike 1. And ball 1.
Ball.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Phillies down in order, and they're still doubled up. It's 6-3.
Now pitching for
Back
the Phillies.
now, new pitcher on the mound as we
Number
roll into the
25.
bottom of the 8th. Matt Strom.
Matt
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Austin Wells
Leading off
stepping
for the
in now for the
Yankees,
Yankees.
the catcher, Austin Wells.
That one finds the zone. Strike 1. Strom, a former All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a sinker, and occasionally uses a cutter. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
That pitch started in
ball,
and
2 strikes.
ended up on the outside edge, just changing planes, and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Next one
That's the ball.
misses, and it's 1-2.
1-2.
Got him looking. That was pretty nasty.
Well, really nice job of finishing the hitter off right
Up
there.
next for the
Glove side
Yankees,
command,
the first
fastball
baseman,
firm to the
Paul
outside corner. Tell you what,
Smith.
very difficult to do anything with that pitch, even if you do swing.
And here's Paul Goldschmidt. First offering, and it just misses. One down, base is empty. Outside.
missed. That's a
And
ball.
that's ball 2. Now he breaks his bat. Stop. Tosses to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Well, as a hitter, it can be kind of tough. You
Number
get a
two,
hard-throwing
number
reliever
24.
that comes in the ball
Jason.
game. You don't know exactly what his pitches are doing, and that clearly blew him up on the hand, sawed off that bat. Tell you what, the bat companies, they're pretty happy when guys like this come in out of the bullpen.
And stepping in for the Yankees, Jason Dominguez. And that is in for a strike. And it's 0-1. Ball one
That's a
there.
ball.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there, and boy, umpire didn't give him the call. I bet you if he throws it again, hitter knows he's going to have to swing it.
Next offering is fouled back. And that one
That's the
almost
ball.
hit him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Two down, nobody on. And he chases that one. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1, 2, 3. So they go quietly there. 9th inning coming up. Yankees 6 and the Phillies 3.
Now pitching.
We're
for the
back,
Yankees.
and on the mound is the closer,
Number
Devin
38.
Williams.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
Real Muto, the leadoff batter as he swings through it for strike one. Williams in his 6th season, 30 years old now, and he's a former Rookie of the Year. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
0-2.
That's inside.
1-2.
Got it. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th.
Well, that high four-seam fastball has become such a staple as a strikeout pitch over the years. And what's so tough as a hitter is that you see it extremely well. The problem is the velocity and spin rate just happens to jump by you. You expand your zone, you don't stay tall on the backside, and you're really not even able to make contact. If you do, many times it's a pop-up.
Stott stands in here.
0-1.
Tried to hold back his swing there, but went around. Stop.
go?
Tries to check his swing. Now a look to third. No swing. He held up. Clyde Washington with the call there. And a 1-1. Just
Nope, ball.
missed. The 2-1. Now one
No,
missed.
that missed. That's
That's
a
a
ball.
good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
The Yanks trying to close out a 3-run lead here at the top of the 9th. On the ground right side.
That's a foul ball.
And foul ball. 3-2. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
The center fielder, number 16.
And digging in for Philadelphia, Brandon Marsh. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out. There's a strike.
This is a good situation if you want to try to steal a base. 9-hitter, and you're about to turn this lineup over, so get a little momentum as you turn it over.
The 0-1. Swing and a ball lifted in the air right field. He just missed it. Judge makes the catch. 2-away down. So it's their last chance in this one. Now it's the DH, Kyle Schwarber. And there's a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
Close one, doesn't get the call. And the count is 1-1. Stop off of first with 2 away. So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
Very dominant with that fastball inside. Hitter's going to be conscious of that. Now you have the outer half of the plate to work with out there on the mound.
The Phillies down to their final strike. Got it. That's the ball game.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.
6-3 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.